Normally, if I hear someone talking about the helmet hole controversy, it goes something along the lines of, oh, I don't like ugly helmet warts, they're above where they should actually go, but it's actually a little bit more complicated than that. And the whole situation is a little bit more complicated than you might think. Quick background on the helmet hole controversy: it started back in 2022 when LEGO was going to release an ATTE with Commander Cody, who needed his visor, of course, but at the time, the helmets were not able to support that as the Phase 2 helmets didn't have holes. So LEGO made an updated Phase 2 helmet mold to accommodate for Commander Cody's visor. But to make it compatible with LEGO's older visor, they had to have it use the same holes as the rangefinder. And if you did not know, I'll get into this a little bit more later, but the visor actually sits above the holes on the Phase 2 clone troopers. But on the LEGO product, the visor uses the helmet holes, causing the holes to have to be raised to accommodate the visor, but also making the holes be raised for the rangefinders as well. So in doing this, making it so you can place the older visors using the same set of holes, the helmet holes were placed above where they should have been and were marked out on the actual troopers, causing what we now know as double helmet holes or helmet warts. These were frankly especially bad, especially on the clone troopers without something like a visor to cover them up, as it just looked like there was two sets of helmet holes and frankly looked very ugly. As well, these helmets caused printing problems, with many clone troopers having messed up helmet prints because of the new helmets. This was especially bad for the 212th troopers that came in the set, as it made it so the prints on the top of their helmet couldn't come to a full point, and to add fuel to the fire, it was falsely advertised on the box showing the correct print. Now back to modern day, many people still really do not like these helmet holes, and even large content creators like M&R Productions have nicknamed them helmet warts. And now for a common misconception that I still feel like a lot of people don't know about, is that the visors actually sit in the correct position on the helmets, and it's not all bad, although it does still mean that because the holes are higher, it does make the rangefinders inaccurate and in the inaccurate spot. Essentially, LEGO had to come to a compromise, as if they had made the helmet holes in the correct spot, they would have had to make a new visor, which wouldn't have been compatible with the Phase 1 clones and the Mandalorians. And that would limit customization with the different troopers for kids, and LEGO does not want to do that. By the way, I kind of stole that idea from a comment I got on my most recent video, so shout out to Clone Commander Creator for that awesome idea. Now let's talk about some solutions to the problem. There might be a little bit of problem with incompatibility, but these are just some ideas that I'm throwing out there. So here's my proposal: either do something like Clone Army Customs, which just has the visor separate that you kind of wrap around and place on top of the clone trooper, which works very well for them, although it is a little bit loose, so I think LEGO would have to fix it up a little bit if they were planning on doing that. And then, of course, moving the helmet holes down to where they should be for stuff like the rangefinder. Or here's an idea that I came up with, which is having two different helmets, one of them just being a normal helmet, and then moving the helmet holes to the correct position for just normal troopers and people with rangefinders. And then for the other helmet, it would actually be dual molded, with the helmet and visor being the two separate molds, and then they could be interconnected, and the visor could be in the correct spot if it was dual molded. Essentially, those are just a few ideas that I had, but this all seems to be really getting out of hand, especially with LEGO being a $13 billion company, especially those just like printing issues on the helmets. LEGO really needs to fix that, and LEGO really needs to fix this problem, as people are upset about this, and people just do not like the way clone troopers are right now. And what they are doing right now is not working. And I'm very curious to hear your guys' opinions on the situation, so be sure to leave a comment down below, and I read every single comment. Or if you have an idea, be sure to drop it down below, because I'm very curious what your guys' ideas are. Anyway, LEGO really needs to fix this, and if you want to hear about something that, in my opinion, is a bigger problem than the helmet hole situation, be sure to click on this video on the end.